My name is Father Uchechukwu Obodoechina, the Director of the Society and the Executive Secretary of Caritas, Nigeria. The Bishops' Conference of Nigeria arrived at a decision that is also in itself very good, that the staff of the bishops' agencies are to be men and women who are certified to have modicum knowledge of the Catholic social teachings. The inspiration for this idea comes from the fact that as staff of the Catholic Bishops' Conference, one should be able to know what the church is and what the church does in order to help also as an instrument of change in the wider society, to contribute reasonably to the awareness creation and then to teaching and learning of the social concern of the church. And so the bishops felt that every staff should be able to know the mission of the church because they are working as staff of the church. They should also be able to take part in the teaching of the church, among others who are not immediately here but are involved in one apostolate or the other. So the bishops were inspired by the gospel to teach and to ensure that appropriate teaching and understanding of the social teachings of the church are made available to all the members of staff of the Bishops' Conference. So in order to carry out this mandate, Caritas Nigeria took the initiative to invite other bodies. How would we be able to handle the directives of the bishops to ensure that staff of the bishops' agencies are abreast with the social teachings of the church? Then she went on to invite Catholic Relief Services, CRS, and then Caritas University. These three organs, these three bodies of the church came together to discuss the relevance of this teaching and then the imperative of letting it be done. Then they crafted a memorandum of understanding where CRS and CCFN will provide the financial requirements for this program as a pilot project, while VUNA will provide the certification and the initial training of the trainers, whereby the scheme of work, the syllabus of studies were prepared already by the Bishops' Conference Committee on Social Teachings, then were handed over to this other body for the implementation. And on Friday, the 8th of March, we did the flag off for this program among 18 members of the TOT who were to be trained as trainers subsequently, such that the program will kickstart after the initial training of the trainers, so that other participants, other members of staff will be grouped into 5 or 6, and then there will be classes for 7 weeks, consisting of 2 hours each on Fridays and Saturdays for 7 weeks before the certification and before the graduation. So that is how it is planned. And the goals we intend to achieve is, first of all, knowledge, that staff of the Bishops' Conference be equipped with relevant, requisite knowledge of the social teachings of the church. That they should know what the church teaches, what is social teachings. The social teachings of the church are the responses of the church to the social realities in the world. Social realities in Nigeria, social realities outside of Nigeria, beginning with the foundational encyclical letter of Leo XIII, Verum Novarum, of 1891. So from this 1890, the church has been busy in her social ministry, responding to the exigencies of the time, but it became formalized in 1891 with that land-breaking encyclical of the Holy Father that concerned itself with the condition of workers as a result of the Industrial Revolution. So, and ever since then, other major issues in history, the Industrial Revolution, the other situations of the First World War, the Second World War, and the aftermath of these events in the life of the people, the church always had a response. What does the church say about the plight of Christians, plight of persons, plight of human beings who are victims of terrorism, for example, of war, for example, of the epidemic COVID-19, for example? What does the church say in these areas? All these responses are articulated into what we call social teachings of the church. So the idea then is that every staff should be able to, that's objective, to be familiar with it, especially with the use of the methodology for things. The methodology accepted is see, judge, and act. So we want to ensure that every Christian, every person, every staff who is alive becomes responsive to the social situations where people live. If you see such situations, how do you look at such situations? How do you judge them? And how do you react? It is to bring about fullness of life. If you see a madman on the street there, what comes into your head? You must think about his condition. You must think of what can I do with this man? And then all of that. So by the process of seeing, deciding, and acting, you've already taken a moral position. So the church wants us to be social agents of change. That's also what these lessons we want to achieve. That become conscious agents of change in society as workers in the bishops, among the bishops' conference. The strategy is that of dialogue and collaboration. For example, we're collaborating with the Department of Directorate for Social Communications, or the Caritas Secretariat of Nigeria, to amplify our voice. We are collaborating with VUNA, the professors and teachers of that faculty, the moral theology faculty, to see that this program succeeds. We're collaborating also with the JDPC directors across the diocese to see that this program succeeds. We're collaborating also with the Bishops' Conference, who give the directives. We're collaborating with the Secretariat of Nigeria here to see that we succeed. So these are the strategies we have put in place: relationship building, buy-in of the stakeholders, and then engaging the experts who are involved in these teachings. So these are the things we think. And again, amplify, getting the press also to announce and then communicate what we are doing within the secretariat and outside the secretariat. Then in order to bring in more persons, because we're also thinking that outside those who are working with the Bishops' Conference, there will also be need for other persons who are not even Catholics, but not even Christians, to key into this program, because it's designed for well-being of everyone. It's a common good program. It doesn't discriminate whether you are Christian or not Christian, because goodness, wellness, justice, fairness, solidarity, subsidiarity, participation, all of these are very important elements in our life in society. Remember, the entire effort is to ensure that every one of us live a fullness of life as God has so designed for us.